Hello guys, welcome back to the second game of the semi-final in Herr Robert's Grand Tournament. I'm playing against Dnestr with the French, this second blindé, and he's playing as the 91st Luftlande. The bands were, I banned 1st SS and 2nd Panzer, which is basically, I think, the new standard ban. If you have to to ban two divisions, that will be. These are the most likely ones to get banned, and yeah. Although I think nobody really knows how to play 1st SS yet, or how to counter them, so yeah. But still, that was a safe option to ban the 1st SS, and he banned 4th Armored, which is still, I guess, a standard ban. Although, I mean, the division gets nerfed and nerfed. I think people just ban like out of habit. They ban just these standard divisions. 4th Armored, and he banned the Scots, which I was surprised by. But yeah. So let's go into the deployment. I play the French, and yeah, it's a tank division against this airborne, or like this infantry airborne mix division. My strategy going into this game was to pretty much contest every spot on the map. Like, usually I like to go for more offensive-minded strategy where I try to push really heavy into one side, but the thing is with Luftlande, it's a division that can exploit space very well with like these cheap cheap Ersatztruppen that you can spam everywhere. So I just wanted to contest every spot and then slowly build up, because that's the strength of a tank division. If you are able to build up your units, then yeah, you are hard to keep down, basically. So for this side, I choose to have my 50 cal, a scout, and a leader. The good thing with the French leader is he has a bazooka, so even if he tries to come with the Panzer 35 or so, I'm not totally naked. Although I think the 50 cal should repel that vehicle as well if it gets too close. And then I have a Nueve for this building. Similar setup like this: 50 cal, scout, and leader. A Voltigeur for this building, and then on this side, yeah, I wasn't too sure what I want to bring. Usually, if I try to decide, or if I decide if I want to push this, then I need a lot of infantry, I need tank support, and yeah, but I ran out of points, and then so I just decided to play it conservatively, just defensively. I put the Greyhound here, then you basically see what's coming, and you might be able to spot an AT gun, because that's a prime spot here for an AT, or a prime position here for an AT gun that can just shoot down that road. So yeah, I decided to put my Greyhound like this, so he stays out of that range and still gives me vision. And then with my infantry I try to be a little bit more aggressive, and I also had a mortar, just because, I mean, I knew that if units come down here on this crossroad, they will probably unload, so I wanted to immediately target this area. For my opponent, he's coming with quite a lot of forces here on the left side, but I guess there are some Ersatztruppen mixed in. And well, this is a Fallschirmjäger, a leader, and a flamethrower. Then he has an AT gun for this spot, and more Fallschirmjäger, Spähtrupp, probably, or like the recon guys. Fallschirmjäger Spähtrupp I think it's called, for Luftlandung. And then, yeah, just more infantry. So no armor, and as you can see, I have no AT. Like that's a thing. If you face Luftlandung, you can go pretty much without any AT. Like I said, just these leaders with the bazooka, just in case if something really tries to rush you. But that's a good thing. If you know you face Luftlandung, don't buy or don't overinvest in any huge AT guns or whatever. Only if you have a prime spot or so for an AT gun. But other than that, it's just all anti-infantry. So yeah, I deploy my units down and immediately shoot on this spot there. He unloaded a little bit further. And he smoked off. And he started without an AT gun actually. But he has these Panzerabwehr guys, which are dangerous, very dangerous. Nueve going down. Yeah, and the mix of Ersatztruppen, Fallschirmjäger and Flamer. Oh, it's a Panzerabwehr squad here as well. But he doesn't get line of sight on my 50 cal. And here I'm just super careful. Kill that Panzerabwehrtrupp. Yeah, and the 50 cal, just prime spots here, prime positions for these in these buildings. And I saw that there's a Pak 40, so that's a huge investment. And I don't have any tank there. I mean, I got the half tracks, but that's it. So my next buy was obviously some kind of artillery. I bought I think the mortar foot. And he's pushing here, and like I said, I have to be super careful of Panzerabwehr or Panzerschreck. Yeah, because these guys are pretty much invisible. You just cannot spot them, which is very frustrating. So yeah, just getting my infantry into these tree lines and the tanks behind it and hugging the tree lines. Here I figured now to move up a bit, let the 50 cal work, and he's still deciding that this is the area he wants to push. So yeah, it would have made no sense for me to basically grind against his units and then be totally naked once these reinforcements arrive. So that is why I was very conservative. Mortar doing very good damage. And he's smoking his way in, and yeah, I put my Greyhound back because obviously I know what he tries to do. He wants his Panzerabwehr guys in there, and these Nueve, they are a good squad to kind of not really counter Fallschirmjäger, but they can hold their own against this elite infantry on VET 3. So that's very nice. Managed to get the Spy in. And yeah, I didn't know what was in here. I didn't spot anything. So I wanted to go around a little bit, do sneaky action there, and spot what is in there behind for later in the game, but yeah, got killed. More Fallschirmjäger and then these Panzer 35s. Yeah, and the mortar battle developing. So very slow-paced game, to be honest. But that was my strategy. Just don't do any stupid moves. Don't waste your awesome vehicles. Just get into good position, play it very careful. Even if he's ticking, it's not the end of the world. Because I get a lot stronger in the later game than he is getting stronger. Like, once I have my 105 Shermans, once I have my veteran 76s, and enough AA on the ground, then there's very little he can do, to be honest. And yeah, Luftlande is the strongest in phase A and B, I would say. So yeah, massive amount of infantry coming in. And yeah, I get recon in there. More recon. I have this guy here, which should do usually a good job spotting infantry. But yeah, these Panzerabwehr guys, they are so stealthy. I mean, even if I get this guy in, if he's able... I don't know if he's able to spot. Yeah, look at this. He's in there, and I can't spot these Panzerabwehr guys. It's insane. Just insane. Yeah, I smoke there. I think my strategy was to get the Voyageur in, the bazooka. Got more Stuarts. That was a ping of him. Yeah, caught these Fallschirmjäger. And now, yeah, when they are moving, then you can see them, then you can spot them, but only if they are moving. If they stand still in green cover, it's a pain. Also got my Bofors in here for fire support and for in case he comes in with HS-129. Just want to show him that the AA is already waiting for him, you know. And yet this Voltigeur now gets out of position and get caught and instantly shoot down. That's the thing with Fallschirmjäger. And these Panzerabwehr guys on close range, just huge damage. More recon. And here I managed to be a little bit more aggressive. I also took in the Obusier against these type of infantry or airborne divisions. Then if I know I play against these type of divisions, I always change the Obusier for the 60-point Greyhound in the support tab. Generally just does better, a lot better against soft targets. And yeah, just keeping my distance, knowing that there's 100% something in here, and he wants that Greyhound or that Stuart. That's what he's waiting for. And I wanted to spot this guy, so that's why I moved that recon in there. Getting close now, but I think I spot him. Yeah, I spot him. And just like that, he just picks up a unit just like that, so very accurate. These Panzerschreck guys in there too. More Bussiers. Now I have that recon guy in there, which is a relief. So I can see what's immediately around these dangerous area for my tanks. And yeah, they just... If all these units are firing, then you know that's a good spot for you. Also brought this command car in to boost my units even further. And this gap in his line is probably pissing him off pretty much. He tries to face unload here against my Jeep. I switched the target too late, and then I got out of the 100 meters also too late. So he blew up my Jeep, but not a big deal. Still advancing with the Obusier. And these 50 cals, yeah, they fired a lot, so they did their job. Spahi Got caught though, engine stall, but not dead. And here these Beobachtungsschwimmwagen. 140 points, 210 millimeter. So not bad off map, actually. And I'm countering his push, basically, his advance, by pushing here, so it always stays like 50-50. And I'm building up, and I have like these perfect units with Stuarts in these close quarter engagements here. I can just take these battles against the Panzer 35. There's nothing I have to be afraid of. Also deactivated the 1 HE gun, so I can just attack, move around corners, and firing on the tanks. And yeah, these Panzer 35s getting now in there, so I pull this back, and we are in phase B, and that's Sherman time in this division. I also took out a couple of M10s. Just go with the Shermans. The Sherman is just so good against these type of divisions. And yeah, if my units stay there in that circle, that definitely will hurt. Especially for things like these Bofors, which you obviously don't want to lose against airborne decks. But I also put in additional anti-air, just to counter obviously the threats, the HS-129 threats. So let's see how much damage this does. Well, doesn't kill anything. So that was pretty much perfect positioning of this artillery, but it didn't kill anything. But of course the units are a little bit damaged. So again, if he hits again, then there should at least like this Bofors or this Spy should go down. But yeah, Sherman in there, Vet 3 because of that Voltigeur, and that's just huge damage output. Huge damage output. Just need additional more infantry. That's always like a missing link I find with the French armored division, but that would just make them super strong. If they had additional infantry, you can just spam around. They would be totally unstoppable, I figure. It's almost like, 4th Armored. They have that. They can spam around rifles everywhere. But I think the French armored division just has better tanks than the 4th Armored. Obusier probably will get killed here by the Panzerabwehr guy. And look at this, I have a recon guy in there. Oh, he didn't shoot. Well, he's not really in at the edge of the tree line. I have a Spar here immediately next to it, and I don't spot it. So crazy. That's also a thing, like if you play Scots and use the AVRE, then if you run against these kind of stealth Panzerfaust guys, Panzerschreck guys, they can ruin your day. Yeah, but he tapped out pretty closely. Maybe he was still frustrated from the first game. So yeah, was a very short game. I think it was not lost for him, but he wasn't able to kill like any key units of mine, and I was just building up slowly. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm now in the final, and I face Player, which should be interesting because there's quite some history between us. So I'm looking forward to these games, and yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day.